Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I bought this. I saw that this was available, and I'll tell you, I've looked at knives similar from the same maker, and I just couldn't quite pull the trigger, but I thought, man, if that released in a different steel, I would absolutely go for it. Well, not only did it come out in a steel that I like, right? But this is a USA-made version of it. So I'm very excited. I think a few of these are still floating around, so I will link this right down below in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I bought this at DLT Trading and paid full price for it. So yeah, huge fan of DLT Trading. Obviously, you can. I've got affiliate links for them right down in the description. If you're not familiar, they're awesome. Okay, so what do we have? I hope. Yeah, they're good. They gave me the invoice. I was gonna say. What do we have? Something from Demco. A big long box. Is that a fixed blade? It is. You guys know I have very few. I mean, you know, I have a lot of fixed blades. I think I've got 10 or 11. But nowhere near as many. I mean, my pocket knife collection, I have over 200 pocket knives. So I'm very picky when it comes to fixed blades. Oh boy, what do we have here? I have always, you know, had this idea in my head of like the perfect fixed blade. And I've handled so many fixed blades I thought were pretty close, but just not quite. Look at this guy. Oh boy, this might be it. The Demco Free Rein. The USA-made Demco Free Rein. Oh, the retention on that. Man, that is just about ideal. What a good-looking fixed blade. Holy moly. I look for totally different things when it comes to fixed blades. Unlike folding knives, I have folding knives in my collection that I use and carry, and I don't really care what happens to them. Obviously, I don't want to break them or lose them, but I'll use them. I got folding knives in my collection I'll use, but I'm a little more reserved. And then I have folding knives in my collection that are absolute safe queens. They do not get used or carried at all. Every fixed blade I own gets used. I don't really care if it gets dirty or what. I just have a totally different mentality when it comes to fixed blades. So I have a whole bunch that I use, but I like, you know, switching them out and using different ones periodically. It's usually when I'm outside, but I'll tell you what. This is not my favorite looking sheath in the whole world, but fine, whatever. I don't really care too much about the sheath. The knife itself truly is, I love this rubberized grip, man. I absolutely love this. I don't need a super exotic material on my fixed blades. It's just comfortable. The one reserve I had, I was like, is that space between the guard and the butt end, is that going to be enough for my hand? And it is. For my hand, if your hands are even slightly larger than mine, I wear an XL glove, this might be uncomfortable for you. But if your hands are my size or smaller, this Free Rein is freaking awesome. Oh man, there's the tang there. I love that it sticks out there. I probably won't, obviously I won't be using that to like, you know, hammer this into anything. I feel like, you know, the one downside to the rubberized grip is it's not durable if you smack another tool into it or if you grind it against pavement or something, right? But it'll be good enough. You know, for what I'm going to use it for. What I like about it is the comfort and grip, and as you squeeze it, it slightly molds to your hand because it's not G10 or something harder, right? The plastic or whatever. But I just really like how this looks and feels. That's the other thing. To me, I mean, this is about as classic as it gets, you know, for a knife, like the appearance of it. So many fixed blades, I'm like, cool blade, but the handle is like, why is it a robot turd with holes in it? Like, why did you do that? That Benchmade dagger is what I'm talking about. It's so weird, right? Or the handle looks cool, and then the blade is like this skinny, goofy, and I understand like different blades have different purposes, right? But I have not been able to find something that just has the most ideal combination. And there's a ton of fixed blades out there that I have not experienced. Truthfully, the Free Rein, number one, I'm just a huge Demcode fan, but there's another Demco fixed blade that looks really, really good and has the rubberized handle, and it's an AUS 10A, which I'm just not super duper excited about. I understand it's fine, right? But I was willing to pay, in this case, not much more. I mean, this is a $200 fixed blade. The other fixed blade in Demco's line was like $130, $150, something like that. Not much more for, number one, this one's actually made in the USA. The other one was made in Taiwan, which is also fine. But I'm also getting MagnaCut here, which, you know, I don't do enough extensive testing with my blades to be able to tell if MagnaCut is really an ideal fixed blade material in this geometry, and for somebody like me who does not live in the bush, right? I'm just a regular dude, right? Like home projects and little things like that. I have very little use for a fixed blade. So whether or not MagnaCut is the ideal still, I don't know. But honestly, it kind of just, for me, it came down to, if I'm going to spend that much money, I kind of want a premium all-purpose stainless steel like MagnaCut so that I can just feel good about throwing it in the toolbox or throwing it in my truck or whatever and not having to baby it. That was the nicest thing for me about this. MagnaCut, I mean, Spyderco uses it on some of their Salt series knives, so really you're not going to have to worry about it too much. I think it's thick enough and robust enough that it gives me that, you know, confidence that I look for in a fixed blade, right? Look at that edge. Man, it's literally, you can tell they put the same effort into these blades as they do in their USA, you know, like the 8020. I'm going to get mine out. If you're new, you're thinking, what do you mean, the 8020? That's made in Taiwan. A lot of people didn't realize that the 8020.5 came after the 8020. The 8020 is this guy. This is the original USA 8020, which is much larger than the Taiwan-made AD 20.5. You can see here, not only is it larger, this is the Taiwan version, it's also substantially thicker. But immediately, I'm looking at the blades, and I'm like, yeah, these are made in the same place. Right? You can tell. That is beautiful. I love the finish. That's like a true stone-washed finish, like heavy, media tumbled, right? That's going to look great over time if I actually decide to beat on this. Truthfully, right now I have the new ZT fixed blade as my dedicated truck knife, and I enjoy using that. I use it periodically, you know, just having a knife right there in the truck is nice if something needs to be cut. But I think this might replace it. I think the ZT might go in the garage toolbox, and the Free Rein is now going to be the truck knife. Man, the amount of retention on that sheath, though, is just crazy. Let's take a look at that. God, I think it's the rubberized handle. Oh, okay, well, I guess now that I know what to expect, it's not nearly as bad as I thought. Factory edge, I'm sure, is going to be great. If they sharpen these the same way they do, like the 8020. Obviously, this isn't going to, but, well, boy, right out of the gate, though. I mean, I'm almost like impact cutting the paper there. Yeah, that's ready to bite for sure. That's got a nice edge on it. Some people look at this and say $200 for a fixed blade, that's a lot of money. For me, that was an easy purchase. You can think whatever you want, but I'm going to tell you, when I saw this and I could get it in gray, I love that. The gray rubberized handle. I think it also comes in black and green and coyote, right? Everything you'd expect. But the rubberized, textured handle scales, full tank construction, MagnaCut, made in the USA for $200, and it's a Demco design. I said absolutely. I have absolutely no problem paying that money for that amount of money for this knife. I think this is fantastic. So I'm so glad that this actually ended up being what I was hoping it would be. It is exactly the right size. I don't really like big, monstrous fixed blades. Like, it's too much blade for me to want to use. It's extremely comfortable. This is about as comfortable a grip as you could possibly ask for. The lock-in is great. The texturing is great. And the fit and finish is also great. As somebody who's not overly enthusiastic about fixed blades in general, this is as perfect as I could absolutely, ever ask for. So very cool. Check these out at DLT Trading. I am super excited. Please Make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.